In the name of Allah, the most gracious and the most merciful. In our previous class, we talked about the element, compound, and the molecules. I told you that elements are composed of single atom or same kind of atom, whether there might be three atoms, but if they are of the same kind, we'll call them element. I gave you example of O2 or O3 because they are the same atoms that are bonded together. I'm going to call it element because it's pure. But in case of compound, they in a compound, two different elements are bonded together, and this is how compound is formed. And in the case of molecules, they just have to be two. They can be of same kind or they can be of different kind. So all the compounds are molecule, but not all the molecules are compound. There is a chance they can be called element if they are of the same kind, and they can be called compound if they are of the different kind. So now we're going to talk about the mixture. Let's read the definition first. In chemistry, a mixture is a material made of two or more different substances which are physically combined. Now, what does it mean when they're saying it's physically combined? If something is physically changed or physically combined, or chemically changed or chemically combined, what does it mean? In a physical change, matter changes but not chemical identity. If you see the examples of melting of ice or shredding paper, mixing grey and green marbles, chopping wood, their composition, their chemical structure, their chemical formula does not change. It remains same. So we are just changing their color, their appearance, their state, but we are not going to change their formula or their composition or chemical formula. But in a chemical change, that's the opposite of physical change, a chemical reaction occurs and new products are formed. The before and afters are completely different. Now, if you see burning of wood, when you burn wood, it turns into ashes. So ashes have different formulas compared to the wood. That's the difference between physical and chemical change. A new thing is formed, a new product is formed. Rotting banana, once it's rot, we cannot reverse it. It's what's done, it's done in a chemical change. But in a physical change, we can reverse it. In a physical change is temporary, whereas in chemical change is permanent. New substances form. There is change only in physical properties. What are the physical properties? Their state, their color, their appearance, their shape might be changed. That are the physical changes. Whereas in chemical change, when new substances form, it means it have different physical or chemical properties. Physical properties is their shape is changed. Now, if you see this, this fire, it is turning this wood into ashes. So the ashes are completely different from the wood, from the way they look, and of course the chemical formula is also different. So in a chemical change, physical and chemical properties both are changed, but in case of physical changes, only the physical the state or the physical property of a thing is changed. Changes can be reversed by simple physical method. For example, if we melted ice, we can again freeze this by freezing it, by putting it in a refrigerator. We can do that. But in case of this burning wood, we cannot do that, because when it's done, you cannot bring it back to the old form. So this is the difference. We will talk about it in detail in this chapter later. So these are a few examples of chemical changes. If you see, once it's done, and a new thing is formed with different properties. There are other few examples. Physical change, objects remains but maybe in a different state, melted or broken. Its chemical formula is not changed. We can reverse it. Yes, we can. Yes, we can join them. Chemical change, object has new properties. This is into ash. Its physical properties is changed. Now you see this look like this, but now it look like this. It's changed. Their formula is obviously changed. When you're baking something, you put a lot of stuff to bake it, and once it goes through the state of heating, it's changed, and you cannot reverse it. Their formula is changed. They have combined, they have reacted to each other. The egg, you give it heat and it's changed to different form, physically and chemically. It's different now. So back to the definition, a mixture has to be combined physically. If they're saying it's physically combined, it means yes, we can separate it, yes, we can reverse it. So physical change can be reversed. So, and if something is combined physically, yes, we can do it again, we can get it back again. A mixture is a physical combination of two or more substances in which the identities are retained and are mixed in the form of solution or suspension. In a mixture, everything will remain in its form. I'll show you how, but first let's talk about its types. We got two types of a mixture. One is a homogeneous mixture. Well, this word has two pronunciation. In British you call it homogeneous, but in American English you call it homogeneous. So I'm going to pronounce it homogeneous for now. So homogeneous and heterogeneous, these are the two types of mixture. Heterogeneous means different, whereas homogeneous means the same. You can see different phases of the mixture easily, and in homogeneous you cannot differentiate between the phases. Let's see examples and you'll get to know what I'm saying. Now if you see this mixture, you cannot differentiate between the phases. You can only see one same single type of mixture, that is salt and water. You cannot see salt separately, or you cannot see water separately. So in my word, it's a same phase mixture. In this mixture of sugar and water, it's still the same kind. Copper sulfate and water, it's also called, you cannot separate copper sulfate and water. It looks same. You will not know if it's a mix, if it's has something else or not. You cannot know that. In this you can see two different phases. You can see scent separately and water separately, and you can see in this mixture as well water and mud is different. So let's guess. This might be homogeneous, 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 heterogeneous, and heterogeneous. Let's see what is the answer. If you see, these are the answers. You can see, because you can see the phases differently, you are saying that they are heterogeneous. But in the definition, it said the identities are retained. They said this, that two or more substances in which their identities are retained. It means the salt will remain salt in the mixture. It will not form a new substance. The water will remain water in the mixture. The formula of salt is NaCl and the formula of water is H2O. Both will remain the same. They are mixed together, but their identities are retained. Salt will be salt there and water will be water there. Other examples, if you see here, the sugar will be sugar, will remain sugar here, and water will remain water here. They didn't form a new product. A new substance is not formed. That is why we were saying that it's physically combined. Yeah, physically combined mean you can separate them. Yes, I can separate them. Once I evaporate all the water, I can get the salt back. And if I perform distillation, I can get the salt and water both back. So we can separate them. You can separate them very easily. In case of heterogeneous mixture, you can separate it by just using a filter or a sieve, that is channing. So they can be separated because they are physically combined and their identities will remain. But in case of compound, for example, if water is hydrogen and oxygen are combined, they will form water. The water will be completely different from hydrogen and oxygen. You get me? If a compound is formed, a new substance is formed. A new substance will have different properties, but in case of a mixture, their properties will remain same, but they are together but with their own identity. You get me? So this is what the mixture and what is a compound, and we'll discuss in detail about physical and chemical change in this chapter, but later.